Okay, this is video 2 on this Cadillac that needs 700 grams of YF refrigerant, but I only have 400 grams because I ran out there and now I switched over to the new tank, and I'm going to put that other 300 grams to come up to the 700 grams that this single evaporator system calls for. 700 grams, it points to 1 snowflake. 1,000 grams, it points to 2 snowflakes. How much easier can you get? How can you get that wrong? No words. You don't even have to read any language. That's what they think of the level of mechanics who work on cars. So here's where we're at right now. We're still 36 on the low side. It's been about 5 minutes since I turned off the video and variable displacement compressor. And we could tell we're coming out cold because we're starting to condensate moisture on the glass here. It's so cold inside. We got 41 degrees coming out of the dash. So let's get that other 0 out. Always double check that your electronics are working, because it's Bluetooth and they are electronics and they are man-made, and all man-made things fail. 170 and I'm back down to 0, so it is reading. It's not locked up or froze. So let's start feeding. Close. I'm going to open. See, low side is open. I'm going to meter the refrigerant in through here. So let's get this so you can see everything. Doing a little at a time. You can see the line move from the pressure going into the system. I just put 70 in. Now we're at 105. Now we're at 140. And you can see it going in through the sight glass. We're at 180. Just keep on slowly metering this, because I am going through the low side now because I'm running the system, so I could actually show you the difference between high and low sides temperatures on variable displacement compressors. We're at 250. We're almost at 300. 260. I'm giving it time to stable out. 100% sure I only have vapor inside the line, because I am on a fitting that's going right down into the compressor. There's only like 2.5 feet of hose there. Approaching that 300. There I am. I'm about right there. Stop right there. Okay, so now let's let this sit and run. Oh, wait a minute. The temperature only moved about 1 degree, and I was 300 grams low on refrigerant. 300 grams only made 1 degree difference? Really? And look at the high side. Weren't you expecting the high side to really shoot up? Since it's a 700 gram system, I only had 400. I just added 300. Why are the temperatures still basically the same? We're not 36, we're 38. Only 2 psi. But nearly a 50%, a 40% different on refrigerant charge, but such a little difference on pressures, and we're back up to 41. Variable displacement compressors, sensors, temperature sensors, pressure sensors, with a software that is designed to take over and change the parameters depending on the ambient conditions and the refrigerant in the system. This is why the guys who grab and go for beer cold at 400 would have stopped and said, hey, that's fine. It's beer can cold, let her go. The AC Pro with its little funky ass gauge would have you jerking off your refrigerant into the system until it hit that 25, 30, 35, 42 out the dash. You would stop. No difference. So this is the difference between what is that? Variable compressors and fixed piston. A fixed piston compressor, that high side would have kept going up, and your low side, depending on the system, could go down or up. And someone would say, how can a system go down or up? I'm not going to get into explaining that, but there'll be those who argue with me that 12 psi on the low side is normal on some systems. We got our condensation going on there. Let's see. Okay, now let me get my pad here so we can see the RPMs. Let's see if I could get my pressures over here on, let's see if Testo is going to be nice and hook up for us today. Come on, Testo, you can do it. Prove to me you're not the bitch you are. Testo would like to use Bluetooth or new, yes, of course. And oh, how about if I settings? Yeah, it's on. I don't know why it's asking to use Bluetooth, because it's hooked up the blue. Yeah, never mind. It's on. There's nothing wrong with the Bluetooth. You don't have to ask that question. Go. Give me my readings. I'm glad Field Piece doesn't do that. Okay, why my outdoor probe is hooked up. I shouldn't have to do anything. You just open the software like Field Piece and you connect. That is it. You don't freaking get asked questions and have to swap around windows. Come on. Sometimes maybe I'll go in and out. I'll close it and I'll open it again. Hook up. Come on, bitch. Do your work. This is why I say get Field Piece. Okay, well, I'll put that down for now because that's being a little bitch. And let's rev up the RPMs and let's see if this one stays the same on the temperatures, or does it go down. So where's my RPMs? Okay, there's my RPMs in the back. It looks like it's about 400 or 500 RPMs, and our temperature is 42. So let's go up to about 1,000, 1,200 RPMs. Just like we're just like going 25, 30 miles an hour down the roadway there. Up, there we go. We're about 1,200 RPMs. Oh, look it, the supply air temperature is going up. It's going, but wait a minute, I raised RPMs to 1,200. And there it's going back down, so you had the little rise. And you're steadying back out, 42.1, but yet I raised it from 400 or 500 RPMs to 1,200 RPMs, as you can see right there. But our temperature really doesn't vary. And now it's doing its little loop down, and it'll go down to 41 something, and then it'll go back up. As the expansion valve and the variable displacement compressor try to find its set point, and it does a little slow loop up and down, searching for its average temperature. So no difference if it has 400 grams in it or 700 grams under these ambient conditions. Low side pressure basically stays where it wants to be. And I wonder if the old Testo program will work. Let me go back. Let me go to one of the old Testo. Let me close this one out. So this is the new updated Testo program. Let's go to the old one. Where's the old software? Maybe that bitch will work. I know I still have it in here. Right there. This is the old AC Smart Testo program that used to work with my old settings and old gauges. Okay, it wants me to go say, I don't know, allow new connections. This is connected so many times, it should not have to keep asking for allow new connections. I don't know what the hell Testo's thinking of. You turn on gauges, you turn on probes, you open program, it connects. That's it. You don't jump through hoops. send it back, redevelop it, get you guys putting out a product on the market that works. Not jumping through hoops and different pages and having to set shit up every time. Yeah, I got everything connected. Yeah, that's right. There's no updates. Let me try. Okay, it connected. It didn't connect to that one. One-handed and holding a frickin' phone sucks. Try that again. Come on, do something, guys. Let's see if I can change. There we go. We're coming this time. And let me find our refrigerant. I see 134A, but I want the 134Y. Ah, there it goes. 134YF. Let's get it at least correct on the refrigerant. There's our pressures. Now, let's do this again. It finally hooked up. So let's put the RPMs up. 125.35. So let's go up to 1200 RPMs. So we're about 1400 RPMs, 1200, 1400. So I'm going between 12 and 1400 RPMs. But do you see any drastic change in the pressures? I'm right there, 12, going between 12 and 1400 RPMs right there. But yet there's no drastic change on the pressures because this is a variable displacement compressor. And what's the temperature difference between 400 grams and 700 grams? 1 degree. So this is why guys who try to use rules of thumb with variable displacement compressors that are using software to take over and operate the system for its displacement cannot do the little jerk off cans and guess by temperatures out of a dash or pressures. So tell the YouTube jerk off professors to go take a hike. That's all. I'm being condescending and a little abusive here today. See you guys later. Bye.